If Josh Thomson is to once again recapture the lightweight title, he'll have to do exactly what he did in his first fight. That means stay on the outside with kicks. Be fast, be first, kick the body inside and out, follow up with punches. When the counter punches come from Melendez, clinch the head, tie him up, and get back on the outside. This will force Melendez to back up, allowing Josh Thomson to work inside the clinch, counter punch, drive him backwards, and set up that takedown. Thomson told me he's going to take him down and pound him out. He thinks he's going to finish Gilbert Melendez.
Josh Thomson is an 11-year veteran of the sport who, despite being snake-bitten with a variety of injuries, managed to ascend to the top of the Strikeforce lightweight division back in June 2008 when he used a kickboxing-based attack to wrest the belt from El Nino. Can history repeat itself tonight? Melendez, well, he doesn't think so. He recaptured the title in December 2009 in one of the most exciting and thrilling title fights in MMA history. And you know what? Showtime has indeed brought you many legendary series of boxing battles over the years. And tonight it brings you what promises to be an epic conclusion to this Strikeforce trilogy.
How much do you really know about yourself until you've been into a fight? Was I a coward? Would you keep fighting? Would you push harder? That's one thing I love about fighting.
I want to fight. I want to put it on someone. You know, I want to get hit. You know, I want to get tested. I want to get in there. I want to play. You know, and I want to do that really bad.
The first time, he was the straight, aggressive fighter, came forward all the time. He would take, 2 shots to give 1. I was able to pick him apart, use his aggressiveness against him. I'd beat him for the title.
And I thank him for that because he helped me reinvent myself as a fighter. It wasn't that I lost to Josh that bothered me, it was that I didn't really do everything possible I could have to perform to my best ability.
I noticed that he came back after that fight with a whole different style of fighting, and he's learned to stand his ground. He's learned to take the center of the ring. It's pretty hard to take him down. He's become more of a counter striker.
Josh Thomson is always dangerous. He's a well-rounded mixed martial artist, but some of his good weapons are his kicks, his push kicks.
I was the first person to destroy him. I want to be the first person to finish him.
I'm definitely coming for the kill, and I've studied him, and I've been keeping my eye on him. I know I could break him. I know I can finish him.
And now, please welcome to the cage, the challenger and former world champion, Josh Thomson.
Since losing the title to Melendez in their memorable rematch in December of 2009, Josh Thomson has gone 3-1 with victories over Pat Healy, JZ Cavalcante, and KJ Noons. He has really been looking forward to the title trilogy with El Nino for a long time, and more than just the championship or getting the edge on Melendez, Thomson says that everyone, when he's out for autograph sessions or out with the family, they're all asking, when are you and El Nino going to complete this trilogy? They're going to do it tonight.
Yeah, he's motivated. This is a very dangerous guy who does not get enough attention from the media as being the dangerous fighter he is. Timing could be correct for him to sneak up on Gilbert tonight.
Well, to take Gilbert Melendez down, he is going to need a big axe because Gilbert continues to grow as a fighter, as an athlete, and as a person. I think he's been a tremendous champion for Strikeforce, and this is a big hill for Josh Thomson to climb.
You know, there was a lot of speculation regarding the future of Gilbert Melendez, a Strikeforce lightweight champion. There was talk that maybe BJ Penn would come in and face him, or maybe even Gray Maynard, and it's interesting because the bully Maynard, now at AKA, has been training a lot with Josh Thomson, and it's Josh Thomson who gets the chance here tonight to once again become Strikeforce lightweight champion.
You're all set.
And now, making his way to the cage, the defending Strikeforce lightweight world champion, Gilbert El Nino Melendez.
Many pundits, many fans believe that this man, Gilbert Melendez, is indeed the #1 fighter in the lightweight division in mixed martial arts. Tonight, he faces his nemesis, Josh Thomson, but why do you believe, Pat, that El Nino is the man at 155?
Well, number one, he has gone against incredibly tough competition overseas in Japan against very talented guys. Here in the United States, He has 2 losses on his record that he's avenged, both of them. He is the number 155-pounder in the world. If you want to be the number 1 guy in the world in any organization, you got to beat Gilbert Melendez.
Yeah, I just don't see that happening.
No?
It's interesting, Nathan Diaz just walked by. He's coming off the biggest win of his career over Jim Miller. And in that forum, he actually said it to the nation that Gilbert Melendez is the top man at 155. He's in his corner, a member of Cesar Gracie's MMA team, the Scrap Pack. And for El Nino Gilbert Melendez, is there any danger whatsoever, knowing how mature and how talented he is, that he may be overlooking this and looking forward to the bigger challenges that may await?
That is the danger, exactly what you mentioned, is possibly all the people talking about him fighting a Frankie Edgar, a Ben Henderson, those types of guys. You know, you don't want to get distracted reading your own press and have somebody sneak up on you, especially somebody that's already beat you once.
At this time, we want to welcome the brave men and women serving around the world, watching tonight's broadcast in 175 countries on AFN. We want to thank you for all you do. Bless you.
Let's see how these two stack up against each other. Melendez and Thomson for the title. It is Josh Thomson, who is 3 years the senior, has a 1-inch height advantage. They weighed in identical to each other, and their reach is identical.
These guys are carbon copy except for the age.
All right, fans, here we go from the HP Pavilion in San Jose, California. Strikeforce and Showtime present 5 5-minute rounds in a rubber match for the Strikeforce Lightweight Championship of the World. Introducing to you first the challenger on my left, fighting out of the blue corner. Standing at 5 feet 10 inches, he weighed in at a ready 153 pounds. As a Muay Thai and submission wrestling specialist, his record stands at 19 wins, 4 losses, 1 no contest, with 4 knockouts and 9 submissions to his credit. From San Jose, California, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the former Strikeforce Lightweight Champion of the World, known as the Punk, Josh Thomson. His opponent across the cage, the defending world champion, fighting out of the red corner. Standing at 5 feet 9 inches, he also weighed in at 153 pounds. With a record of 20 wins, 2 losses, he has 11 wins coming by way of knockout and 1 by submission. From San Francisco by way of Santa Ana, California, tonight making the 4th defense in the 2nd reign of his title, widely recognized as MMA's premier lightweight. Please welcome the defending Strikeforce Lightweight Champion of the World, Gilbert El Nino Melendez. And our referee in charge now to give instructions, Dan Stell.
Listen up, gentlemen. It's time for battle for the Strikeforce World title. Listen, obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves. Come out the belt. Good luck to both of you. John. Gilbert. You ready? You ready? Let's fight.
The gold is on the line in this all-golden state affair. Round 11 between Gilbert Melendez in the red gloves and Josh Thomson in the blue gloves is underway.
Thomson immediately changing angles, changing levels and working angles.
Melendez is ready for those front kicks this time. Checked it.
Thomson put on a kickboxing clinic in their first meeting, but it also helped Gilbert Melendez because he has talked repeatedly since the loss of his title to Thomson how much he's changed his game, and there's a trip takedown momentarily by Thomson, and those changes have helped Gilbert Melendez rise to the very top of the division. Outside leg kick by the champion.
Nice transition from that shot to the knee. That was beautiful.
Thomson said he thinks he can get Gilbert down and hold him there. That's going to be part of his strategy.
Easier said than done.
Right?
Very quick counter, moving his head nice and shooting his punches and knees right back in.
Thomson switches stances to a southpaw, now back to orthodox, trying to befuddle the champion. Melendez shoots in for the double leg takedown along the fence. Thomson, wrestler defending it momentarily, but Melendez gets it.
This is what I really felt Melendez needed to do early on in this fight is, like I said, make him carry his weight, put his muscle on him, and Melendez has some of the most vicious ground and pound that I've seen, especially out of the small guys. He hits hard on the ground.
11 of Melendez's 20 victories have come via form of knockout. Thomson looking to wall walk, and Frank Shamrock, you know a thing or two about that. Weren't you the one that popularized that back in the day?
Well, it's just because I couldn't get up from the wrestlers. They kept holding me down.
Look at how Melendez is pinching that leg of Thomson, trying to keep him from getting up, using all parts of his body to create friction to make it difficult for Thomson to come up to his feet.
Well, I agree with you, Pat. I think Gilbert is doing a great job of slowing him down, putting the weight on him, grind on him a little bit. And when you get into that firefight, that boxing game, he'll be slow.
That sort of stuff will add up.
They're both back on their feet. Quick exchange of strikes, both with a great background in wrestling. Melendez, a standout wrestler at Santa Ana High School, earned a scholarship to San Francisco State, where he met Jake Shields, who introduced him to BJJ and the Cesar Gracie fight team, where the rest is, of course, a very successful history. Thomson also wrestling at the collegiate level, known for his takedowns, but right now in the stand-up, a bit of a feeling out process, and Melendez going for the body lock. Now the clinch and a knee to the midsection.
Yeah, Thompson's been consistently switching his stance and just providing a different target every few moments.
2 minutes left in the opening round. We are scheduled for 5 for the Strikeforce lightweight title.
So different from the first two fights, because the first fight, Gilbert was running forward. Second fight, Josh was running into him.
A lot of respect.
Thomson closes the gap, goes for the clinch. Melendez pulls away.
And I think Thomson is quite content with this style of fight. Out on the outside, being able to use his speed to counterpunch against Gilbert. Gilbert needs to press the action a little bit more, create tie-ups, some dirty boxing, and put him on his back possibly.
When we asked Thomson at the fighter meetings about the rumors of him being injured, he says, "Moro, come on, when have I never not been injured? I mean, it's part and parcel of the game, and so far so good here in round one, as we are nearing the 1 minute mark left in the opening round."
And that's why I wonder about the knee injury that was possible. He's wearing 2 sleeves. If a fighter has one bad knee, you don't wear 1 sleeve and tell the guy where it's at, you wear 2.
Whoever wants this round better go for a takedown or something. Gotta lock it up.
Final 20 seconds of the opening round between the champion Gilbert Melendez and the last man to beat him for the title, Josh Thomson. Thomson moving ahead now with some strikes and finishes off that sequence with a body kick. That time Melendez catches him and dumps him to the canvas as we go to round 2. Well, the last time Strikeforce appeared on Showtime, we crowned a new Strikeforce Women's Bantamweight champion as Rowdy Ronda Rousey submitted Miesha Tate by what else? First round armbar to capture the title and solidify her standing not only as a champion, but one of the fastest rising stars in all of MMA. She's standing by now with our Heidi Androl.
That's right, Moro. She has taken the MMA world by storm over the past year, and she joins me right now. Ronda, we know that your opponent and your next fight is going to be announced in the coming weeks, but you've been very busy away from the cage. What has been your favorite part of this newfound stardom?
Well, my favorite part, there's too many things going on to be a favorite. I rang the opening bell at the stock market. I got to fly around New York and California and speak to the Senate and all that cool stuff.
Lobbying for the MMA?
Yeah, all those things I never would have expected would ever happen, through MMA. Those are the most exciting things, I think, so far.
Well, I know there's no question everyone is looking forward to seeing you back in the cage. Thanks for taking the time. Enjoy it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Guys?
Second round underway here between Gilbert Melendez in the red gloves and challenger Josh Thomson in the blue. Melendez was 14 of 55 in total strikes in that opening round, while Thomson was 12 of 25. How'd you score it, Pat, as Melendez goes for another takedown attempt, thwarted by Thomson along the fence?
I honestly call the round a draw.
And now Thomson comes back with a combination of his own. There's a front kick to the chin of Melendez, fakes that one.
Melendez is pushing that range closer and closer.
I think this is what he exactly needs to do. Stay in Thompson's face. Don't give him room to breathe and move around and use his speed.
Melendez is becoming very comfortable, very calm in the pocket. He says it results in a lot better accuracy for him.
Thomson eliminated one of his workouts, feeling that maybe one of the reasons he was always getting hurt was that he was overtraining, and feeling that, eliminating one of the workouts, concentrating on also the recovery time could behoove him here. And we'll see what happens as we are in the second round of this title fight, scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. A feeling out process still. Now Melendez has Thomson along the fence, attacking the body. Thomson clinches.
Thomson doing a good job being elusive there. He really rolled with those punches and then ducked out of the way of the last one. Good head movement.
Well, it seems like Josh is starting to feel that range that Melendez is bringing, because he's shutting down a little bit. He's on his toes a little bit more.
And they're both testing that safety zone a little closer, a little closer.
Melendez trying to stalk Thomson. Thomson trying to use some footwork, but still feinting in the pocket. Just past the 2-minute mark here in the second round. Are you surprised at the way this fight has unfolded thus far, Pat?
I actually am. I thought it was going to be a little faster pace. I thought Gilbert was going to press the issues a lot more than he has. I think he's worried about the counterpunching from Josh.
I think these guys just have so much respect for each other and know each other so well that they're both just looking to get a little bit of momentum going.
And the first two fights have already shortened their lifespan.
Right. By 5 or 6 years, I'm sure. Good, powerful overhand right there from Melendez.
Oh, and Thomson comes in with a nice series of strikes that backs the champion up momentarily.
Yeah, beautiful combo.
The jab from Melendez, body shot by Thomson, going downstairs. Now the left hook from Melendez. Thomson switching stances, gets caught with the uppercut, smiles, meaning, yeah, you heard me.
That's supposed to mean no, you didn't hurt him.
Well, no, it means you heard him. I've never been, but come on. Every time you guys smile in that cage means you heard him. Minute 58 left in the second round. And oh, wait a minute here. And the eye.
That's right. We need that eye poke rule.
Well, I think, and Pat, we talked about it on the MMA show. Is there any, Joe Rogan has mentioned it. We've all talked about it. Is there any way to help this in the sport with the fingerless gloves to try to avoid this, or is it just a part of the game?
It's always going to be there. When you wear boxing gloves, you open your hands to block punches and parry them. It's just natural.
Oh, you didn't come up with your Kareem Abdul-Jabbar line that time, the glasses. That's good. 1:45 left in the second round. Thomson recovered, now moving forward. Counter right from Melendez.
Thomson seems to abandon those kicks that worked so well for him in the first fight. There they go. He needs to mix that in after, in between 2 and 3 punches.
Nice exchange here as they separate again. A minute 21. There's the kick from Thomson. Haven't seen a lot of them thus far in this fight.
And it was Gilbert throwing counter punches pretty well in those exchanges.
Ooh, nice
Josh needs to use
shot.
more feints.
That left hand to the liver by Melendez. Now shoots in for the takedown, picks up Thomson and dumps him on his back. A minute left in the second round, and Melendez secures another takedown in this championship tilt.
Yeah, putting the muscle on him. Wise decision. Did a good job, got the better of the exchanges for the most part on the feet there, and then got the takedown. Score well with the judges.
Is there any pressure on the champion, Frank, not only to just win this fight, but send a statement? Obviously, he and Thomson have been very even in their first 2 meetings, exchanging title victories, but with all of the attention on Gilbert Melendez, and here now he begins to open up on Thomson. This is, I guess, a little more of what his fans would like to see.
I would say all the pressure's on Melendez in this fight. You know, Josh Thompson's fighting for his career, he's fighting for credibility, he's fighting for his position in line, but you know, Melendez has everything to lose in this match. Everybody knows and is looking at this guy as the top 155er on the planet.
Final few seconds of the second round. Thomson looking for the takedown attempt. It's stuffed by the champion, delivering a series of elbows. Watch that one to the back of the head. Third round coming up.
I'm going to give that round to Melendez.
And there is the champion's fiancée, Carrie Ann, watching with, of course, bated breath, vested interest. They have a beautiful 21-month-old daughter, Layla Kay, and Carrie Ann taking in all the action from cage side as her fiancé, the champion, Gilbert Melendez, looking to defend the crown against Josh Thomson.
Here's our eye poke. Watch the eyes. They go into this exchange, and it's fingers in the eye. Melendez throwing nice jabs, reaching in. He's exposing himself a little bit. He's reaching so long, and he's got Josh backing up. He's able to come up with that uppercut and follow through with combinations. This is where Thomson's got to push up that front kick and try to kick him back. If he stays in this firefight, Thomson's going to get pushed back. And here's a big lift, made a big statement, walking to right in front of the judges and sending Josh to his corner with one of these. Beautiful. Pick and dump, takedown. That's how you steal a round. Oh.
They've spent only 1:45 of the first 10 minutes on the canvas. Power strikes in round 2 for Melendez, 14 for the challenger, just 1. The third round underway. Melendez in the red gloves, Thomson in the blue gloves, but there seems to be some swelling over the top of the champion's right eye. There's the right or left head kick by the challenger. As he switches stances again, now fighting from the southpaw position. Southpaw stance here for the challenger, switching back to orthodox and really just trying to switch things up. But Melendez staying focused, comes through, misses with the right. Oh, and a kick from Thomson.
Thomson needs to use more offense simply to set up counters. Pull some offense back out of Gil and expect it to come, move, and then throw right back.
Total strikes thus far in this championship bout for the champion. He is 43 of 149 for a 29% success rate. Thomson, 28 of 68, throwing less but connecting more, or a higher percentage. And now Melendez goes for another takedown, defended this time nicely by Thomson, but he paced for it with a series of right hands, and he comes back, and he hits the nose with a straight left, so a good exchange here in round 3.
They're heating up now.
There they are.
Hey, they're back.
Now Melendez defending the takedown attempt by Thomson.
You can see a little psychological victory. Thomson shutting down that takedown and then going after him right away.
Well, Thomson really felt like he found the weakness to Gilbert Melendez, and that was he gives up his back.
Elbow
and he gets
from
up from
Melendez.
wrestling. He thinks he can get in a dominant position and put him in a choke.
They've spilled a lot of blood, sweat, and tears over the years in their first 2 meetings. They will go down in history for what has already been memorable battles, looking to close it out in style here tonight in the rubber match, the trilogy, round 3, 2 minutes, 55 seconds left in the round. It's been the best action of the night.
Gilbert's finding that uppercut. He's leading with that hook and following up.
On the trip takedown by Thomson, but Melendez does the backward roll and gets right back to his feet.
He's hitting that trip one direction and then coming back the other way with a knee tap is what he tried in the first round. Interesting offense.
Uppercut by the champion connects. Midway through the round and this championship bout. Thomson with a 1-2 that misses thanks to the head movement, the defense of the champion. Good jab from the southpaw stance by Thomson, goes back to orthodox. Melendez measuring him up, staying in the center of the cage, backing him up the fence. Oh, and that right hand right to the midsection, driving the air out of his lungs momentarily. 2 minutes left in the round.
I really like what Gilbert's doing with the level change, the shoulder dip, and the uppercut feint.
I honestly was just thinking the same thing. His head movement is much better. He's obviously worked on it a great deal.
Doing a great job of missing the majority of those strikes with that head movement is the champion. And there, he drives a couple of uppercuts and a couple of elbows into the face of the challenger, who comes back with a combination of his own. Should there be any concern beginning to grow for the condition of the champion's right eye, Pat?
You know what? He doesn't see his... Oh, no.
Wow. The second time. Don't know why the fans are booing, but action resumes. Josh Thomson not going to take any time off here as he continues, and boy, back and forth action. And they are mixing it up here in the final minute, showcasing all of their striking prowess. Nice brawl by the champion on the takedown attempt by Thomson. Push kick from the challenger.
Thomson needs to use more feints and fakes because Gilbert is moving his head so well. Use a feint to get him to move his head and throw where his head's going, not where it's at.
Well, it just seems like if Thompson's not moving forward, he's just not as effective.
20 seconds left in the round. I think it's featured the best action of the fight thus far. Thomson pushes the jab, head movement from the champion. Final few seconds of what has been an action-packed third stanza. We're headed to the championship rounds in San Jose.
Really got to give that round to Gilbert Melendez. He did a great job employing his strategy, staying in Thompson's face and pushing the action the entire fight, or the entire round.
Thompson's got nice combos, but he's kind of, you know, not moving forward. I'd love to see him drive, and when he was pushing Gilbert back, it looked like he was winning the fight. Started really well for Melendez in this round with his double leg takedown. Got in real deep, stripped it out. But Thomson was able to defend it nicely by working the hand control, pulling the hips out.
Yeah, and that was
pay for it.
That was that psychological victory right there. Thomson stuffed that takedown and then right away went into his own offense and marched Melendez backwards across the ring, throwing punches at him.
That's when Thomson is successful.
Right.
And waiting, baiting, Melendez measuring with the jab, a little too slow.
Quick
that
little
leg trip, yeah.
Tried to snatch the leg with his hand to follow up and end up on top, missed it.
And a constant problem here with the eye poke. Something we gotta, yeah.
Melendez landed a total of 94 strikes, or threw a total of 94 strikes in that round. Thomson threw a total of 49. Thomson said that the first two fights aren't terribly relevant in preparing for this matchup. He feels that the first fight he showed how to beat Melendez and caused El Nino to change his style for the rematch. He says that Melendez used to go out and bring the fight to the opponent, but now he likes to take the center of the cage and look for the fight to be brought to him so he can counterpunch. We've seen a little bit of that in this title fight thus far.
He's a much more patient striker now. He's really matured. He moves his head well, stays in the pocket while moving his head and counterpunching.
There's the jab, follows it up with the overhand right. Left hook thrown by the champion. Oh, and Thomson landed a straight right hand.
Needs to capitalize on that.
And
He's
the left
stuck
head kick. And Melendez comes back with a left, but Thomson fires off another push kick. That was a solid right hand landed by the challenger here in round 4.
Yeah, he stuck him hard with that right hand and rocked him. He needed to capitalize on it and get after him more.
Melendez changes levels, looks for the double leg takedown, picks him up and drops him.
Thompson's corner telling him to get up.
Yeah, and all of his AKA teammates in the crowd, they're all screaming at him.
Melendez trying to neutralize and trap that left leg. Instead, Thomson able to get back up. And boy, the champion wearing the vestiges of another battle here. Battered and bruised on the face, but still coming forward.
Yeah, that last right hand Thomson stuck him with, cut him good over that left eye.
3:07 left in this, the 4th round. And there's a nice 1-2 combination, stuck by the champion, uppercut by the champion, left kick counter from the challenger. Push kick from Thomson, follows it up with a straight right.
That push kick is money for making that range, throwing that shot, and then sliding out.
That certainly keeps your opponent honest. He does a good job with it, but he needs to start throwing more punches.
Melendez goes for the double leg takedown along the fence. Thomson defending it well, drops an elbow in the back, putting his weight on the champion midway point of this penultimate round. Thomson, and on the exit, Melendez with an elbow. Thomson fired off a strike of his own. It's an interesting ebb and flow to this fight, and yet I still think it's anyone's battle here, Pat. Who do you feel the momentum is with right now? It seems very close.
You know, I really think Melendez is pushing the action. I think he won the last 2 rounds. The first round could have gone to Thomson, could have been a draw easily. So far, Gilbert is leading, but it is close.
I think Gilbert's winning this fight. But I think he also needs to put Josh away if he's going to really, put a stamp on, I am the man to beat.
Well, Josh is waiting for his openings instead of making them, and he needs to start making openings here and get after it. That, nice.
The champion looks like he's there's the trip takedown by Thomson, who pounces on the champion, but Melendez very busy off his back now in the closed guard. I was going to say that Melendez seemed to be having a little more pop in his step, moving around his feet more, and then boom, the trip takedown by the challenger, and he will try to steal this round. Good escape here by Melendez, but now he's got his back.
This is what Thomson wanted.
Going for the rear naked choke. Josh Thomson's got the rear naked choke on Melendez. 1 minute left in the round. It does not secure under the chin.
My
but
goodness.
The champion's in trouble here.
He's turning his head. He's able to fight it.
And
he's
he
looking for hand
escapes.
control. This is
Not
nuts.
yet. He's got his body locked. Figure 4 body lock. He ain't going anywhere soon.
He's got the body triangle, but it's hard to get that rear naked choke grip. Melendez defending well thus far. 35 seconds left in the 4th round. Josh Thomson looking to finish the champion, but Melendez defending well. Thomson still with his back, looking again to go for the rear naked choke. Melendez just bucks him off as he gets to his feet momentarily. It looks like he may survive the round as that choke is not sunk in. 10 seconds left. The champion is in trouble, but it looks like Gilbert Melendez will survive the round as we go to the 5th and final frame. And Carrie Ann, his fiancée, the look of concern on her face. Cesar Gracie in the background shouting out instructions. I think that picture tells 1,000 words after what we just saw in the 4th round, guys.
This is shaping up to be an incredible war. These two are going at it. Josh Thomson doing a great job to steal that round.
Now here's a big punch by Thomson, and he was set down deep on that. That was the best punch of the whole fight. Just rocked Melendez. And the takedown. This is something very tricky and clever by Josh to follow it up with a shot right away and then try to jump to a dominant position. This is that secret card he was holding in his back pocket for that takedown, and he told me he was going to choke him, and he was awful close. He had him in trouble quick, jumped right into figure 4 position and almost had him under the chin. If Gilbert hadn't leaped into that cage to help scrape him off, that would have been a tough one.
The crowd is electric here at the HP Pavilion, the 5th and final round for the Strikeforce Lightweight Championship. Melendez in the red gloves, Thomson in the blue. Thomson taking round 4, but according to our unofficial scorecards, he will still probably need the finish.
This fight could easily
But
be
it could,
even also.
it could very well be even. And Melendez coming forward. Unbelievable. This is the 15th round of action between these two. And I gotta tell you, I wouldn't mind seeing 5 more after this.
This is where Josh Thomson needs to stay busy, kick in the speed.
Melendez going for the takedown again and gets it. What does he have to do now to capitalize, though? Now he's got the challenger's back pat. He's got the takedown, but Thomson gets back to his feet.
Yeah, Thompson's great at doing that, and normally so is Gilbert Melendez. Wasn't able to do it last round, though.
3 minutes, 55 seconds left in this championship bout. Another terrific battle between Gilbert Melendez and Josh Thomson.
Gilbert is moving very cautiously now.
Yeah.
These two bring the best out of each other, and we are being treated to another fantastic fight here tonight. 3:30 left in this title tilt. Thomson moving forward, lateral movement from the champion, sticks the jab.
And at a certain point in the fight, the thinking and the strategy has to go out the window, and you have to simply act and react and shift into high gear.
Good point, Pat, and there, Melendez caught with a right hook from the challenger.
That was a beautiful setup. Went for that trip sweep to set it up and threw that right hand quick over the jab.
3 minutes left in the fight. Quick exchanges. They come together again. Thomson lands a right hook.
He's winning these exchanges right now. He's doing a good job with his speed.
Thomson's got to go back to that kick.
Melendez lands the left. 237 uppercut, grazes the chin, but he sticks the jab, does the champion.
That was a solid jab.
And a left head kick from the challenger. Midway point of this final round. Coming close, right hook, left, and a series of combinations, culminating with a left head kick from Thomson.
Beautiful exclamation point.
Sprawl by the champion. Knee to the head by Melendez. Goes for the takedown. It's stuffed by the challenger. What a fight.
I think Thomson is gaining momentum as we go through this round, stuffing takedowns and landing the better combos.
Yeah,
Final 2 minutes of this championship bout.
Melendez has changed gears. He's jumped on his bicycle now.
And again, I know that it's not exactly how you score the fight, but there's a lot of damage on the face of Melendez. Thomson again. An eye poke. Melendez takes a knee. A minute 46 left. Blood from the bridge of the nose. That right eye almost swollen shut. The champion being forced to go into the deepest recesses of his soul, summoning up that championship resolve as the challenger Josh Thomson, the last man to beat the champion, has his sights on once again holding that belt in the final minute, 24 seconds. Here comes Thomson again. Knee strike, clinch, another knee. Melendez backs away, lands a right.
Thomson.
A minute 11 left.
Thomson doing a great job this round. Melendez was moving his head earlier in the fight. Now it's Thomson doing it and coming back with beautiful counters.
Final 60 seconds of this epic battle. The third meeting between Melendez and Thomson. Melendez stuffed again on the takedown attempt. Thomson hits him with a right and a left. Thomson pouring it on here in the final 45 seconds. And the takedown by Thomson.
Beautiful. Thought he was in a boxing match and he's on his back.
30 seconds left. Melendez striking from his back. Thomson in the guard. June 2008, they went 5 rounds with Thomson winning the title. December 2009, they went 5 rounds with Melendez reclaiming the title. And here tonight, 5 more epic rounds of action for the Strikeforce Lightweight Championship. Mamma mia, what a fight! Wow! Terry Ann, the fiancée of Gilbert Melendez. Again, the concerned look on her face. Pat, I don't mean to put you on the hot seat, buddy. How do you have this fight after 5 rounds?
Thomson may have pulled it out. With that last round, he may have pulled it out. The judges could very easily have had that fight 2 rounds to 2 rounds going into the last round. I tell you what, man, Thomson fought smart as the fight went on.
When it comes to takedowns in the fight, which again may be a part of this story, although again Thomson was able to get back to his feet. Melendez 5 of 9, Thomson 3 of 7. I know Marquez and Vasquez went to 4 fights. Maybe we can have chapter 4 for this one.
Thomson capitalized on his takedowns though, where Melendez wasn't able to hold him down.
And this last round held a lot of action with everything these guys had, from this attempted leg trip from Josh Thomson that may or may not have turned into an eye poke, to just some fantastic combinations on the inside. Both fighters taking punch for punch. Thomson, when he was aggressive, was driving Melendez backwards and landing awesome combinations in this. But conversely, when he wasn't, he was taking blows, man. His takedowns got stuffed, and you know, I kind of thought he would do more in the wrestling side of it, but on the stand-up, whoa, he was effective.
Well, like I say, when he got his takedowns, he capitalized on them, and when Melendez got his takedowns, Thomson stood right back up, literally. Almost instantly came right back up to his feet. But as the fight went on, Thomson did a great job of moving his head and landing more shots.
And the constant thumb poking, which was a big problem for both of these guys, just because of the way they parry and move and block. And the final takedown, which may or may not have sealed this in Thomson's favor. But what a dynamic technique from standing to do a leg trip, jump into a dominant position, and then start striking right away.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds of action, we have a split decision. Here are the score totals. Judge of cage side, Susan Thomas Gitlin scores the bout 48-47 in favor of Josh Thomson. Judge Bruce Rasmussen scores the bout 48-47 in favor of Gilbert Melendez. And Judge Ralph McKnight sees it 48-47 in favor of the winner, and still the Strikeforce lightweight champion of the world, Gilbert El Nino Melendez.
All right, fans. Here in Here at the HP Pavilion, fans, you're booing, but you guys have just been treated to the culmination of one of the most memorable MMA trilogies ever. The winner and still champion Gilbert Melendez. We're going to talk to both guys, but Gilbert, what is it about you and Josh Thomson that just continues to deliver MMA magic?
Well, we know each other real well, and it's a battle of the Bay. You know, he's a tough guy as always. Some are booing, but I know I got my boys cheering for me. I love you guys.
Why do you think you were given the edge on the judges' scorecards? Talk about the performance.
I thought I won most of the rounds. I know he took my back on the 4th round. That last round he took me down, but I was winning on bottom, punching him. He was just holding me down. You know, I thought I had control. I don't know what happened. I had control, and I just started cupcaking it out there. I don't know what was going on. It wasn't my best performance. Josh is amazing, you know. It's all good. Gotta win. Thank you, all the supporters. Thank you, Tap Out. Thank you, 1-800-Raiders. Kinder's Barbecue. Thank you, Kerry. Thank you, Dad. Thank you, fans. Even those who are booing. Thank you, San Jose.
Gilbert,
I love to fight.
Did you at all look past Josh in this fight with everything that's been speculated, with all of the talk about you being the man at 155? Was there any of that at play in this fight tonight?
You know what? It's just not as motivating. You know what I mean? I have everything to lose. He has everything to gain. I worked hard in the workout room, but it's a little more exciting to work out. It's easier to get up and run. It's easier to push and spar when I'm going to fight someone who's going to raise my stock. I'm in a lose-lose situation against Josh. Even though I won, look at I still lost.
Gilbert Melendez, the Strikeforce lightweight champion. Josh Thomson, come on in here. I guess the crowd is giving you their response to how they saw this fight. Josh, another unbelievable 5 rounds of action. You guys have gone down in history in one of the most amazing trilogies in combat sports.
Just 2 things I want to say. Hey guys, everyone listen up real quick. One thing I want to say is please don't boo Gilbert. He's one of the best fighters, if not the best in the world. Please, he's a great fighter, man. And not to mention he lives here in the Bay Area. We got to support all the local Bay Areas. Nate Diaz, Nick Diaz, okay, Gilbert, Jake, all the guys at AK. We're the ones holding down the MMA for this Bay Area team, for this area here. Okay, we have nothing but love and support for each other, and this is the best thing about MMA here in the Bay, all right? He knows I love him, he's a great fighter, and hey man, if I'm gonna lose to somebody, I'm glad to see him.
What about a 4th fight, Josh? I mean, we had...
Who wants to see a 4th fight?
I think they hear. What about you, Gilbert?
I just want to say, yeah, sure, whatever. I just want to say, Nate Diaz, next UFC champ. Nate Diaz, next UFC champ. That's my boy. NorCal, Cali, baby, Santa Ana, what?
Josh, before we let you go, what did you think about your performance tonight? Obviously, the crowd thinks you won the fight. Why do you think you won the fight?
You know, I'm not going to speculate on my reasons on why I thought, but what I'm going to say is that he fought a great fight. Tonight wasn't my night. Judges gave it to him. Hey, hats off to him, man. I give credit to him. The last thing I want to say is my last fight in Ohio, I want to apologize to all the parents. I said some cuss words on the air, and I forgot this is a mom and pop show, and kids are coming to these events, and I apologize. My bad.
Hats off to both of them. San Jose, an amazing championship bout, an amazing trilogy. Gilbert Melendez and Josh Thomson.
Well, Pat, I think they broke the stat machine trying to keep up with these guys.
Yeah, I mean, Melendez overall landing more punches, although Thomson picked up the pace later on in the fight, and 5 of 9 takedowns. He got more takedowns. He was busier with the takedowns, even though it was Thomson being able to capitalize on them and hold him down. Very close fight. Interesting matchup. There's a reason they won a 4th.
Oh, man, I want a 4th, but look at these numbers here. 395 strikes thrown, landed. That is insane to me that these guys are throwing this volume of punches for 5 rounds. Absolutely insane.
Another epic confrontation is in the books. Gilbert Melendez surviving to retain the Strikeforce lightweight title. I know I speak for many fans when I say I wouldn't mind seeing Chapter 4 between Melendez and Thomson. What a fight. All right, let's now go over to Heidi Androl.
Thank you very much, Mauro. The Strikeforce Heavyweight Grand Prix Final still to come, but Showtime Sports has lots of great events coming up in the near future. Of course, Showtime Championship Boxing returns Saturday, June 2nd with an incredible quadruple header. At the top of the lineup, multi-time world champion Antonio Tarver takes on unbeaten Latino